So via TikTok last night, we found out that Good Life, along with all other big box gyms that run IBO-based rental models, are in fact a scam for personal trainers.
I really hope this video makes you second guess the next time you're about to sign up to a commercial gym, because it is the standard in the industry for commercial gyms to run off unpaid trainer labor. So I was a personal trainer at Good Life Health Clubs, and I paid $310 in weekly rent for the privilege of being a trainer in a commercial gym. When you sign up, you get a complimentary PT session, a full hour of a qualified professional's time. Good Life's getting paid. How much does the trainer get? Nothing. They do that for free, for exposure. But then you think, I can pay $59 for 3 sessions, that introductory package. At least the trainer gets something. No, a trainer gives you 3 hours of their qualified time. Good Life pockets the entire $59 plus their weekly rent, and the trainer gets nothing. There is no paid role for this. They rely exclusively on unpaid labor.
So my goal here today is to unpack that video and see whether or not we should all be giving our 3 months notice and getting the fuck out of there, or if you're new, just never ever go near a commercial club ever again. Just a bit of a background, I've spent 8 years in commercial clubs, Phoenix into Good Life, and then somewhere else, and then Good Life again. During that time, I averaged a turnover of 6 figures, a little bit more. Helped dozens of personal trainers reach that same milestone of 6 figures in as little as 10 weeks. I've mentored countless trainers over the $1,000 per week mark, while quadrupling the average PT lifespan. So PTs that worked with us tend to last 3 to 4 years rather than the 6 months, which is the reported average. So let's have a look at the statements made in the videos and get a little bit of an understanding of why we're such an outlier and how we're so amazing that it only was us that were able to survive. As you can tell, there may be some sarcasm layered through this video.
The trainer gets nothing. There is no paid role for this. They rely exclusively on unpaid labor.
Okay, let's think about that for a moment. So average Good Life club, around 4,000-ish members. Maybe post-COVID it's a little bit less, I'll give you that. Paying $20 a week. $80,000 per week. Do you really think your $300 a week is worth, is that what's really running the business? Is what keeping the doors open? I don't think so. For the record, the top end Good Life trainers make $2,000, $3,000, even $4,000 per week.
I paid $310 in weekly rent for the privilege of being a trainer in a commercial gym.
For the privilege was the and even little quotation marks added in there just for fun. Open your contract. There's nothing in there that says you have the privilege of using our club. You're paying $300 essentially as a group lease for a facility. Now what that facility contains is between 2,000 and 5,000 members, depending on the club that you're going to work at. There's a sales team, there's a reception team, there's 2-a-day cleaners, there's high-end bathrooms, there's $1 million-ish in equipment, there's heating, there's cooling, there's a building lease, there's maintenance, there's childcare. If you can find somewhere that you can set all of that up and run it on a weekly basis for under $5,000 a week, please let me know, because I'd like to buy it.
When you sign up, you get a complimentary PT session, a full hour of a qualified professional's time. Good Life's getting paid. How much does the trainer get? Nothing. They do that for free, for exposure.
To give you guys a little bit of background, what happens, sell a membership, the salesperson says, hey, would you like 3 sessions with a personal trainer at a discounted price as an introductory offer to the gym? The gym then takes that money, and actually the person who sold it gets a little bit of commission on that. And obviously the company takes some as well, because that's why companies exist. So that happens. The kickstart then gets fed to the trainer for the opportunity to then create that person as a client. Typically these are 30 to 45 minute sessions, but the video has specified an hour per session. So worst case scenario, right? We're spending 3 hours of unpaid work, slave labor for these big box gyms. 3 hours of unpaid work to sell a 12-week term at an average of $110 per week. That's 2 30-minute sessions a week for a minimum of $1,320 return. It sounds pretty fair to me. Look, if you're out there, you're watching this, you've been burnt by the Good Life model, they're scamming you and they're giving you all these leads to do for free, and you want to be paid for them and you don't think it's fair, send them to me. I'm willing to take one for the team and receive all these free leads of people who potentially want personal training.
There is no paid role for this. They rely exclusively on unpaid labour.
That's correct. The big box gyms have moved away from gym floor staff a long time ago. It's not a very sustainable model. I've worked in gyms with gym floor staff, just to be clear on that. The quality of the product delivered by those trainers was very poor. The standard set by the gym was very poor. The experience from the clients was very poor. The ability for personal trainers to then charge their worth being undercut by the gym that they worked in, very challenging, and just didn't make for a very good scenario. So you're right, there aren't gym floor staff. If you want to go work at a rec center, you could probably find that role and take $25 an hour and enjoy yourself.
They rely exclusively on unpaid labour.
Remember the $80,000 a week this place is turning over, right? Good Life pays their employees. They have Group X, reception, sales, management, cleaning staff. You're an independent business owner who willingly took a contract, signed that contract and said, hey, I'd really like to run my business out of this club and make use of all these wonderful things that you have. One of them being 5,000 people who may potentially be interested in my service, not to mention everything else that we spoke about earlier. Even at capacity, a gym maybe has 25, max 30 personal trainers, right? So 25 trainers, $300 each, that's $7,500 a week. Remember the $80,000 number? So it's not even 1% of the club's total income comes from personal trainers. Look, I really don't think they're that reliant on you taking your unpaid labored kickstart. Sure, it helps with retention for the gym, but I'm pretty sure we get a good end of the deal as well. If you haven't worked it out by now, you can probably tell where I stand with big box gyms. I personally think they're a great place to start. We've had lots of success in them. I think they provide the best opportunity for personal trainers to make a long-term, effective and efficient career out of the fitness industry. You could go to a group class-based gym and be a motivator for 25 odd bucks an hour. Or you could go to the gym that pays you salary. And you'll most likely be on 25 bucks an hour and 60% of your job role will be sales. Ironically, within that, the gym chain best known for paying trainers at a salary rate is currently in administration. Or you could go to a big box for 100 plus bucks an hour. And I'm talking your first week, $50 for a 30-minute session is the standard for someone who is new, provided they are offering a service, not showing up with a whiteboard. What we're really doing here, and what I think lots of the people in this comment section are a little confused about, is you signed an IBO agreement, which is an independent business operator who operated within a Good Life Health Club. You never worked for Good Life, you worked out of Good Life. You ran your business there. And you wore their shirt, so everything blended in and it made it a little bit fair. Because if old mate was making $4,000 and had an amazing uniform and you didn't, you'd probably be pissed. Versus working for someone else. The group classes, the entertainment-based sessions where you show up, spectate, motivate, correct form, do all that sort of stuff. I'm not taking the piss. But running your business is hard. There's a reason small businesses aren't that successful overall. Let me tell you now, it's not because of big box gyms. It's even harder to run a small business if you're not going to take complete ownership of the thing. Pass or fail, it's on you. Busy or not, it's on you. The truth here is not that big box gyms are profiting off free labor. It's the personal trainers aren't equipped with what they need to run a business. Now, let me be really clear with this. If you just attend your club's induction, you learn the sales, you learn the basic business structures, you put your clients on direct debit, have a minimum 12-week term, and you just kind of fucking show up with the stuff from Cert 4 in terms of programming. You can make $50,000, $70,000, $100,000 a year in a big box gym. I had some sales training, but that's essentially what I did when I started. I was off the gym floor in 8 weeks, turning away these free leads that we're complaining about because my book was too full and I didn't need them anymore. You gotta be ready to show up. Nothing is owed to you. Your cert means nothing. I know you paid $5,000 for it, but it doesn't qualify you to get clients and keep them. All it does is qualify you to prescribe and program exercise. They're not the same thing. There are plenty of places to learn what you need to know to make it big, quick, in a big box gym. The only way cert providers are going to start offering this stuff is if there's a demand. But the same people who are blaming Good Life for their failed businesses are the ones who won't pay to further their knowledge, which is most people, to be honest. And it makes it a shit business model. Why is AIPT or whoever else going to start adding business certificates on top of their Cert 4 if no one's willing to pay for it? So if you want to change this, you want to improve our industry, you want to see people come in and last more than 3 to 6 months, here's what you need to do. Do your certification and stop fucking whinging about it, for one. The programming, depending on who you get as a teacher, you can learn plenty, you create a network. There's lots that you can leverage out of this course. It's your white card onto the job site, and then you start learning what the fuck to do. You get a start date for your big box gym. You find a mentor, a program, a course, something that's going to get you proficient at running a business, sales, lead management, finance management, tax, accountants, all that shit. Get someone to teach you how to do it. Then you show up. You show up every day. We did some numbers on our podcast. There's around 500 phone calls in your first 8 to 12 weeks. Will get you on your feet in most cases. Most people don't want to make the 500 phone calls. They want the handouts from the gym, and not only do they want the free leads from the gym, now they want to get paid for them. Understand, if you don't show up, you will get left behind, and you will pay the gym $10,000 for the experience on the way out. If you don't want to show up, you don't want to take that responsibility, find the safe option, go and do your group classes for $25 an hour. So I don't really believe that the fitness industry is suffocating you. Maybe you just didn't look. Maybe you just didn't go out and think, well, fuck, how do I get better at selling? None of these people want to work with me. I wonder why that is. These people are leaving that I do sign up. How do I fix that? I never get any clients from my Instagram. I don't really understand why. Maybe it's time to go learn. Whether it's with us or with someone else, if you're in this position, reach out, find help, get support, be the change in the industry, and stop waiting for someone else to do it for you. It's not going to happen. I'm going to turn this into a shameless plug, and I'm not embarrassed about it, because SDC Fit's Learning, your first $1,000 a week program, will take you from wherever you are right now to $1,000 income in 12 weeks or less in a big box gym, provided you follow all the steps and you execute and you show up, like I said. This course is $800 to earn you $50,000 a year. I'll drop the link to our course in the link below. Hit through, have a read, shoot us a DM for any questions. Share this video with your friends, comment, let me know what you think, good or bad. Any experiences you've had, positive, negative, drop them in the box below.